Hi, I'm Jeannie Schroeder. I'm the sales assistant at Scholl Construction.
And I'm Peter Scholl, owner of Scholl Construction.
We wanted to take a few minutes to introduce Scholl Construction to you and answer some of the most common questions that we receive from our clients. Pete, when someone reaches out to Scholl Construction to build a custom home, they have many similar initial questions. One I hear a lot is, what is the process with Scholl Construction? Let's take our viewers step by step. What is usually the first step?
That's a good idea. First step is they would typically be contacting you as a sales assistant. They're coming to you, telling you about their vision for the project and what they want to accomplish. And you're taking down information about what they want to build, the size, the features that they want to include, if they have land, if they have blueprints, if they have architectural, where they are, what their budget is, and what the overall goal is.
Okay. Do you offer office visits to discuss their ideas, review any drawings or inspiration designs?
I do. After the initial consultation on the phone with you, the next step would usually be them coming to our office or us going to their houses.
Okay. What happens after the office visit or home visit?
After the home visit or the office visit, we take the information we collected at that home visit and the office visit, and we'll go back to the office and we'll come up with a ballpark figure to make sure that we're on the same page.
Okay. And then you present the ballpark in person. Why is that important to you?
We do present the ballpark in person. When we present the ballpark, we're typically still in the stage where we're negotiating between the budget and the desires, and it's a discussion, and we're still developing the project together.
Okay. If the ballpark estimate looks good and people are ready to move forward, what's the next step?
After the ballpark estimate, we move on to the design phase. So we'll start working together in a design build process.
What does the design contract and design fee get the customer for a custom home build?
The design contract and the design fee gets the customers blueprints, architectural, engineering, material selections, permits, and a final estimate.
Okay. What happens after the contract and fee are agreed upon?
Then we move into the construction phase of the project.
Okay. And when does permitting happen?
Permitting happens after the blueprints and engineering is complete. Typically, while we're doing the final estimate, we'll be in for permit.
What can an owner expect from the final proposal?
The final proposal on a new home is typically about 30 pages long. Every detail is broken down as to what you're getting in your new home based on each trade partner, and then any specification or material that you selected is listed there.
Okay. After a final proposal and contract are signed, what would drive the construction start date?
The construction start date is, assuming that we have the permits in place, it's driven by the materials that we ordered. So we'll get all the materials specified and ordered, and then we'll get the lead times for those materials, and then we schedule backwards so that we can start construction and continue on with the construction without interruption.
Sounds like you have a good plan in place.
We do.
Can a customer make changes once the project has begun?
Yes. The less changes, the better. I think of changes as like death and taxes. They're inevitable, but the less taxes you can pay and the longer you can push off death, the better. The less changes that you have, the smoother your project's going to run. So the pre-planning is a very important step.
Let's talk timelines.
Okay.
Can you explain the difference between an overall project timeline and the construction timeline?
Yes. Overall project timeline includes all the planning phases that we spoke about. The planning phases often take longer than the actual construction. The planning is the initial consultation, taking it from a dream or inspiration photos to reality, and then getting it all on paper with the architects, the engineers, having designers get their input, selecting all the materials, getting the permits. That's all pre-construction. The actual construction time frame is when we start the excavation to when you move in.
Okay. People looking at existing homes often want to compare the cost per square foot of existing to new construction. Why is this a difficult or inaccurate comparison?
They do. Yeah, when you go searching for homes online, it always lists cost per square foot. Anything that you buy used that wasn't built for you, custom, any product that you can think of is always going to be less than having it built specifically for you, brand new. The other variable that isn't considered is when you're looking at the cost per square foot, it doesn't include things like basements, garages, porches, decks. Those things are a big part of the custom projects that we build, but they're not included in a square foot cost, but unfortunately they do cost quite a bit to build. In fact, exterior things like screened-in porches and front porches cost significantly more than it does to build interior spaces.
So you're saying not all square footage is created equal?
It's not created equal. I wish there was an easy formula for that.
I think a lot of people hear other builders say they are booked for the year. How does Scholl Construction's business model accommodate multiple projects and the ability to start new ones when clients are ready?
At Scholl Construction, we're typically running 15 projects at a time. So projects are starting, projects are finishing at all times throughout the year. So we always have room to get your project in there and started. I have not been booked for at least 15 years. I'm always looking for new projects, and we have multiple crews running at multiple times in different cities.
Okay. As our sales associate, I'm usually the first point of contact for new clients.
You are.
What are some of the ways someone can get in touch with us?
People, the most likely way people get in touch with us is through a referral. So it's past clients that we've had referring us to a new client, which we're very thankful for. And that's what we're trying to do. The second way we get referrals is through the internet. So people are searching us and they're contacting us through the website. Other people will drive by and see us and walk in, and other people find us through the phone.
Okay.
So
Why is finding the right fit for a client and builder so important?
it's very important. I think it's the most important part of the building process is the relationship. The relationship and the trust that you have between your builder and your client is the basis for what you're gonna build and do here. And everything depends on the trust and relationship.
Okay. And what advice do you give people wanting to build a custom home?
I tell them the pre-planning is very important. So the pre-planning, get that out of the way. Pick as many things as you can in the beginning. Get it all drawn out, pre-planned, and then try not to change.
Okay.
It's going to be smoother and easier process.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to answer my questions today.